Design a website, write a new blog post, schedule out your social media, file that TPS report. How many tasks and projects on your list are about improving your health and wellness? In this video, we're going to cover how to use the updated Todoist Foundations to build healthy routines into your day. Stay tuned. What's up, creators? My name is Joey, and I'm the creator of New Territory Fitness, an online platform dedicated to helping everyone use movement to fuel your best work. In this video, we're going to look at some of the new features in Todoist Foundations, including the addition of sections and subtasks, and look at some ways on how we can incorporate that into building some healthy wellness routines into our day, including a morning routine, a midday routine, and an evening routine. Plus, we'll have templates that you can download of all the routines we go over, so you can load it straight into Todoist. If we think about all of the big projects and goals that we have that we want to get done and how to break it up into manageable pieces, sections are sort of the higher level macro view roadmap of how we get our project done. And the subtasks are going to be sort of the micro level building blocks in the weeds of how we actually execute and get that stuff done. We'll talk about subtasks a lot more in this video, but sections are a great way to break up a large goal or project into manageable milestones or chunks. So say we wanted to train for a triathlon, sections would be a great way to perhaps split up your training week by week so you don't have a huge list of things that you need to do that's a little bit intimidating, but you can break it up into something a little bit more manageable. Or you can use sections to group your wellness routines into the time of day that you want to do them, as we'll go over next in subtasks. I believe the biggest update to Todoist Foundations is the addition of subtasks. So subtasks are basically having one task, and then beneath that one task, we have smaller, more manageable tasks. We're basically saying in order to get this higher level task complete, we need to do these smaller, more manageable tasks first. You can easily assign a certain task to occur daily, and you can also assign a specific time to when you want to do that task. It's just a great way to organize actions and habits that you want to incorporate into your daily life in a more systematized and structured way. Now, if you think putting your morning routine as a task in your to-do list is going a little bit too far, I'd like to point you to this interesting study that was featured in James Clear's Atomic Habits. In the study, they took 3 groups of people with a goal being to get them to exercise more in a span of 2 weeks. One group, they didn't do anything. That was a control group. The second group, they just gave them a motivational speech on the benefits of exercise. And the third group, they gave them a motivational speech on the benefits of exercise and had them complete the following sentence. During the next week, I will partake in at least 20 minutes of vigorous exercise on the day at the time in a place. So basically they made them have a concrete plan that said exactly when and where they were going to complete their task. So what were the results? On the first 2 groups, the control group and the motivational group, 35 to 38% of people exercised at least once per week. So the motivational talk really didn't make much of a difference. Now in the third group, the group that had to have a concrete plan on when they wanted to exercise, 91% of people in that group exercised at least once a week. So having a concrete plan, having a time and a day and a place assigned to it will greatly help you actually complete it. So Todoist makes that super easy because you can assign a time and a place. And then you can also assign a location. If you want to add a location in the form of a label, you can easily add a location label to have a place assigned for your routine. All right, so now let's put this into action and break down 3 routines using subtasks that you can do right in Todoist. Morning routines. All right, I love mornings. Mornings are the best way to set the tone for how the rest of the day is going to go. So there are tons of videos and books and blog posts and all sorts of stuff on the optimal morning routine. But in reality, the best one is the one that works best for you. So the routine we're going to go over here is more of a broad suggestion of things that work well for a lot of people, but please feel free to customize this template in a way that works best for you. So the first subtask of our morning routine is make your bed. In a commencement speech by U.S. Admiral William McRaven, who was a Navy SEAL for 36 years, he said this: "If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task and another and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed." So going on the theme of setting the tone for the day, making your bed is a great way to have that easy win to start a ripple effect of more tasks completed throughout the day. Our next morning subtask is meditate. So meditate has gotten a lot of buzz lately, and there are tons of apps. I personally use Calm, but there's also Headspace, 10%, and a couple of other apps out there. But it really doesn't have to be a structured or formal thing. Just take some time to do some deep breathing and take some time out to have a little bit of stillness in the morning before the craziness of the day starts. Next morning subtask is stretch or move. So you can do this in a couple different ways. One option that I really like is just taking one movement and doing about 60 seconds of it or 25 repetitions. So sometimes I like to just do 25 squats in the morning or a little bit of a stretch. This is just a way to get the blood flowing, start priming yourself, getting ready for the day, both physically and mentally. In the morning routine templates that you can download in the description box below, with the movement task in the comments section, we'll have links to movement videos that you can do so you can kind of just follow along if you're looking for some movement ideas. And lastly, in our morning routine subtask is journal. So there's just another nice way to kind of mentally focus what you want to set the intention of the day on, focus what you want to get done for the day. Having that moment where you kind of write down physically or just type it down, but getting it out of your head and into something that you can actually see is a great way to sort of set the focus and the intention of the day, both with how you want to feel and react and respond for the day, but also just nitty gritty, like what do you want to get done for the day? Being that you're looking at this task in Todoist, you're in a great spot to hammer down and figure out what it is that you do want to get done for the day because you are in your to-do list app. And so, like I said, make this your own. I left out coffee or tea on this because that's pretty subjective. But for me personally, my day has to start with coffee. So for mine, that's pretty high up on my subtask list in my morning routine. But again, so just make this yours. These are just some launching points to go off of that generally work well for a lot of people in order to kind of set yourself up for the best day possible. All right, our next routine is a midday break. So this is around 2 o'clock. Maybe you've had lunch, you're starting to feel a little bit tired, not really thinking as clearly anymore. So this is just a little routine to kind of get through that midday hump to get yourself refocused, re-energized, and feeling good again. All right, subtask 1, go for a walk. Ideally, go for a walk outside. Getting that sense of fresh air, getting a little bit of nature into your day is a great way to disconnect from technology, disconnect from the phones. So this doesn't have to be a big walk. You can just go out and walk for 10 minutes or so, but it's a great way to hit pause in your day. And building off of the walk, which in itself is movement, do a little bit of stretching. So that's our next subtask, stretching. These types of stretches are things that you can kind of do at the office or at your desk. A spinal twist is a great way to kind of just get your whole body moving, reaching up, touching down, touching your toes, another great way to get whole body moving. Basically, we want to move our muscles, especially if you've been sitting all day, kind of want to get the bigger muscles in our legs, our glutes, our hamstrings, your thighs. You want to get those muscles moving, get your spine twisting, kind of everything that hasn't been moving throughout the day. You want to kind of get that flowing and get that going. All right, other subtask for our midday break, drink water. So yeah, you can have some coffee and stuff, but drink some water. A lot of people, I'm definitely guilty of this. I do not drink enough water throughout the day, and I get a little bit tired and I get a little bit thirsty. But mostly with the tired cue, I kind of mistake that as thinking like, I'm feeling tired, I need to get more coffee. But actually, if I have water, I tend to actually feel a lot better, and it lasts a lot longer in feeling more refreshed and more mentally clear. So drink water first, and then if you still want to have your coffee or your tea, have your coffee and your tea. And our last subtask routine is box breathing. So this is a nice technique to get oxygen flowing into our body, which again will help us focus and feel a little bit more mentally clear. So box breathing is quite simple. You're basically going to do inhales, holds, and exhales on a 6-second count, or a count that works well for you. So you're basically inhaling for the count of 6, holding for the count of 6, exhaling for 6 seconds, holding here for 6 seconds, and then inhaling again, and you're starting the box again. So we've got the inhales, the holds, the exhales. That's 4 steps, 4 sides to a box. So it's just a great way to get oxygen flowing into your body. Because again, when you're sitting and you're kind of dormant, we tend to do a lot of shallow breathing. So kind of opening up our diaphragm will help get more oxygen to our body and help with our mental clarity. And our last routine, our evening routine. All right, so our evening routine starts ideally about an hour before you actually want to go to bed. So in that hour before you want to go to bed, this is tough, but the goal is to turn off screens and start getting away from screens about an hour before you go to bed. You've probably heard tons of stuff about blue light that emits from all of our screens, having a lot of blue light, which disrupts our sleep patterns, prohibits some of the production of melatonin. So whether the blue light stuff is accurate or not, what isn't really disputable is that when you're looking at screens, you're basically shining a giant flashlight into your eyes. So we kind of want to dim down the light, start getting our entire atmosphere a little bit dimmer If you kind of think about, darkness and stuff outside, our bodies are looking for those darker cues to start signaling like, hey, time to wind down for bed. Shutting down the screens is also another great way for our body to mentally sort of wind down, because screens bring a lot of stimulation, both entertainment and work. So kind of just want to have that whole wind down period before we go to bed. Our next evening subtask is to journal, or basically just reflect on the day. So you can just ask yourself 3 basic questions about the day. What was good about the day? What was not so good about the day? And how would you improve upon the day? So just kind of a time to reflect on what happened. And then also you can kind of set the intention and plan for what is going to happen tomorrow. And our last subtask for our evening routine is setting up our ideal sleep environment. So this is about making our room very nice and conducive to sleep. So that would be blacking everything out. So making sure everything's dark, covering up any LED lights and stuff with tape, getting the room nice and cool, somewhere between 67 and 69 degrees ideally, and basically just creating a nice, conducive sleep environment. And those are our 3 routines that you can load into Todoist to improve your health and wellness. So you can download all of these routines as Todoist templates. The links are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And in the comments below, let me know what your favorite routines are, either in the morning, afternoon, evening, anything that you kind of like to do daily that helps improve your health and wellness. For more videos like this, subscribe to New Territory Fitness. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.